this stinks, 2020 was bad. But just like last week, we lost a legendary Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, who, if you grew up in the 90s, if that was your childhood like it was mine, you lost an icon, you lost a legend. And then just a week later, we're losing somebody else. Jason David Frank, the legendary White Ranger, the Power Ranger. I mean, this takes me back to 3rd or 4th grade when I was in elementary, right at 3 o'clock, whether I was at home or in after school care. They would bring the television out and we would watch Power Rangers. And my goodness gracious, man, that was everything. That was everything. And I love this actor, man. He loved this role so much. I mean, it defined his career dang near. And some people, other performers, entertainers may get tired of playing the same role over and over and over again, but not with this guy. And we're talking Jason David Frank. This brings us to the first topic of the day. Unfortunately, we have some bad news. This is coming from TMZ. It says Power Rangers Jason David Frank dead by suicide at 49. And that even adds more salt to the wound because it was suicide. Now, of course, I've never met this man before. And I don't know what he was dealing with and his demons, and if you want to describe it or not. But it just sucks when, you feel like you're in a corner, or you feel like you're in a corner with no way out, and you have to, take your life. But if you're watching this via live or on the replay, there is a link to this in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. But here he is. He was known as the Green Ranger and the White Ranger. Personally, the White Ranger was my favorite, but I did enjoy that song, Go Green Ranger. Yeah, man, that was my childhood right there. Walter Jones, who played the Black Ranger. Let me read that second. Jason David Frank, one of the original Power Rangers, has died. TMZ has learned. Let me try to make this bigger. The actor and mixed martial artist died in Texas. I didn't know that, according to his rep, Justin Hunt. Sources with direct knowledge tells us his death was the result of suicide. Jason David Frank is best known as Tommy Oliver from the original run of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers franchise, dating back to Kids series debuted in 1993. I was 9 years old at that time. When he was introduced as one of the 6 crime monster fighting superheroes, masked head to toe with kung fu skills. And there he is right there. Fans will remember let me see if I can play that, because I haven't tested it, but sometimes if you play videos, they'll strike you. But and that's a lot louder than I thought it was going to be. And I didn't think it was going to have these commercials.
Focus your mind as well as your body.
Thanks, guys. But it looks like I'm going to need all the help I can get.
Man, that dude is pumped. Who is he?
I don't know. Probably some new kid in school.
He is really cute.
Can y'all hear that?
Coming up next, a karate competition featuring Angel Grove's finest and a new challenger.
Center, judge's call, 1 point.
So I'm getting like a little flash over here. So I'm sorry, I don't want to risk that, but I think I may get the little copyright thing. However, the thing about it is, I'm 38 years old. I can still watch this show and still find a lot of entertainment in it. Seriously. Even the movie. Y'all remember the Power Rangers movie? I love that. Where is it at right here? Man, I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. Ivan Ooze. I had about a week back. Now, he wasn't the Green Ranger in that. He was the White Ranger in this film. But I remember this like it was yesterday. I have it on VHS, not in this apartment that I'm in now, but in my mom's home, or my mom and dad's home, where I grew up back at home. I said home 7 times in 2 seconds. If y'all find that VHS plate, please don't throw it away. But Yeah, man. I only watched Power Rangers like the first 3 or 4 seasons. I didn't watch all the other shows. And it was to my understanding that he just kept coming back over and over and over again, making special appearances. Once he was the Black Ranger, once he was the Red Ranger as well. So this is just sad. Fans will remember he started out as the Green Ranger in season 1, introduced at first as an enemy of the Power Rangers, only to do a 180 degree turn and become good. After his powers started to deteriorate, however, he turned into the White Ranger and tapped as the new leader of the group. Frank starred as one of the leads for 3 seasons, totaling 123 episodes. Frank went on to reprise his role as Tommy in several adaptations of Power Rangers, including Wild Force, Turbo, Zeo, Dino Thunder, Mega Force, Ninja Steel, Hyper Force, and more. He's been a Red Ranger, Black Ranger, and a Green Ranger. Jason David Frank is a fan favorite of Power Rangers, which is why he's returned to the franchise time and time again, just like I just said. And you can keep on reading. Please, Jason's rep Justin tells TMZ, please respect the privacy of his family and friends during this horrible time as we come to terms with the loss of such a wonderful human being. He loved his family, friends, and fans very much. He will truly be missed. Frank was only 49 years old, and a rest in peace. And let me try to read this update up here because he passed away last night or yesterday, and I found out earlier this morning, like when I first woke up. But Walter Jones, who played the Black Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, tells TMZ he was an inspiration to so many. His presence will be dearly missed. It is so sad to lose another member of our Ranger family. He adds, Jason was one of the biggest pranksters on the show. He had a wild sense of humor. He had our shares of ups and downs, but I stayed consistent about being an ear if needed one. My prayers go out to his family, and all will miss him. Now, I don't want to read anything or spread any speculation or rumors about what he was going through, but I've heard it, and I can understand how that can drain somebody. But, and I don't mean to be insensitive when I say this at all, and if I do come across this way, I apologize. I've never known anybody that has taken their own life, but I imagine that they don't feel loved or appreciated. And when it comes to an entertainer, and I'm also thinking of like Robin Williams, I always say to myself, would they have still made that decision, that choice, if they knew how much their fans loved them around the world? You know, everybody loved him. Every time he popped up, everybody was happy. I remember about 5 or 10 years ago, sometime in the past 5 or 10 years, they came out with like a rated R Power Rangers adaptation, and he didn't want to be a part of it because he was like, "No, this is my role. I don't want to taint it or anything like that." And I had so much respect for him for that. You know what I'm saying? But man, easier said than done, guys. Easier said than done. We all go through stuff, but if you are going through something, you know, please just reconsider. Reach out to me. Send me an email. I may not be able to talk to you physically, but I may reply. I'll try my best to if you're thinking about ending it all, man. But this sucks. This really stinks. I mean, Power Rangers and Dragon Ball Z is some of my favorites of all time. Like, you know, if I was stuck on an island, I want some Power Rangers and I want some Dragon Ball Z, amongst other things too, you know. So this is really, really unfortunate. It really is. Yeah, it really is. But one moment.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
Coming to the stage.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. Indingo Indidaka! Unyanaka Njobu! I found my daddy with panther claws in his chest. Nah, I'm your king. Come on. Come on.
Bro, how you doing?
Man, I'm good. I love that intro, man. I love it. Dude takes on the entire Dora Milaje and wins.
He does. He does. He does. You doing all right today, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. How are you feeling?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right, man. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Just trying to get through these topics, navigating with these fans in the chat. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you don't know, this is Larry, aka Mr. Killmonger, the rightful ruler of Wakanda. With today, I feel like his information is on the screen description and on my channel tab. So subscribe to him as well. He's a tech master genius when it comes to the audio video stuff. But Larry, we got this first topic, man. Unfortunately, it's bad news with the passing of Jason David Frank. Were you a fan of his years ago in the 90s? Did you watch Power Rangers? I know you got a couple of years on me, so I don't know if he was a fan, but what do you make of this, man? What do you make?
I mean, to be honest with you, man, I know about the Power Rangers. I've watched them every now and then. I wasn't like the biggest fan, so it didn't really affect me like that, I mean, I don't like to see anybody go out, but it just didn't have the same effect on me that I think it probably does for some younger folks.
Yeah, man, it it affected me because I look forward to this every day. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
it just kind of stinks. And so everybody in chat, I grew up watching Jason David Frank, R.I.P. Jason.
What happened? He seemed like he was young.
Yeah, my childhood hero. He committed. He took his life.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's he took his life. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I mean, I heard speculation that I don't know if I don't want to say that because I don't know if it's true. So I'll chill on that. But it sucks, man. It sucks. And so I know that Jason David. Oh, VR Troopers. Yeah, that's a classic too. It wasn't as good as Power Rangers, but I liked it. R.I.P. R.I.P. So this sucks, y'all. And if we lost Kevin Conroy a week ago. We lost Jason David Frank. But while we're here, guys, let's just have a moment of silence for the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, Mr. Jason and David Frank. Sir, you will be missed. Rest in peace. And I hope whatever is troubling you is not anymore. We love and we will miss you.
Yeah.
But now let's go ahead and move on to the second topic of the day. And I'm kind of curious. Oh, yeah, go ahead, man.
If anybody in the audience is thinking about taking their own life, please call and get help. There are all kinds of hotlines out there. You can just dial, I think you could dial 911, 611, 811. There's all types of, you can pretty much dial any 11 on your phone and ask for help and you'll get some help. So don't be alone so much that you feel like you need to take your life, and you're not alone. So, I've had suicide touch me and my family, and I don't want anybody else to have to go through that as well. So.
And I didn't know that, Larry. And I'm sorry you had to go through that as well. And thank you for those sentiments as well.